So, good morning, viewers. Before starting today's class, I would like to say something that yesterday for the video that I have kept, I have got a massive response. Really, thanks for that. Everyone are watching, and also I request you to share this with all of your friends and every engineering student that you know, because this should reach everyone, and everyone should get familiar with CATIA and develop their skills. So, yesterday I have got some suggestions that many of them are from other states too, and also from all over India. So I'll be speaking in English in this tutorial. If you are easy and you could understand this one, I will continue in English, and if you are not comfortable with this, we'll continue in Telugu or some other language. So today's class, I'm going to draw a sketch for you and make you familiar with CATIA. So let us go to Sketcher. So this is the PDF that I have made, the practice PDF. I will be giving the link in description, and you all go through this and do practice some of the diagrams. So in this I will choose this one. This may be somewhat difficult, and it will cover most of the tools that we use in sketching. So let's begin with this. Okay. So before starting a sketch, what have I told us in the before lecture? Go to start, mechanical design, and go to sketcher. Yeah, let us say in part 1, as default. So the end of every lecture I will be saying you some interesting things about CATIA, so that you don't skip and you go to end of the video and you don't watch complete video. So for all that I will be saying very interesting things in CATIA at the end of video, so that you will be somewhat interested to watch full videos. Okay, sorry. So today I'll be telling you one thing, that's to create an axis system in CATIA. So while drawing with these planes, we may feel somewhat uncomfortable to choose. So for this, what we have to do is we have to create an axis system to make our sketching somewhat simpler. So to do that, first of all, right click and drag it, select this and click on hide. Okay, now just create a point, click on the reference elements in that select point and click OK. Now in this, beneath you will find a toolbar. In that, go to axis system, and in origin you have to click the point that you have specified before and click OK, so that now you have created an axis system. So now you have to start sketching in your axis system. For that you have to select a plane, either XY plane or YZ plane or ZX plane. So I am selecting YZ plane, and then here you will find a sketch toolbar. So in that, just expand it and go to position sketch. Remember, you have to always select position sketch, so that your sketch will be referred with some point, that is origin. So go to position sketch. In type, you have to select projection point, and that projection point should be your origin that you have made. Okay, then click OK. See, now you have created an axis system. So let us open our sketch first. Where is that? Yeah, here. Okay, now let's begin with the inner circle. So what is the diameter of inner circle? That is 26 mm. So by default I am taking all the measurements are in mm. So the inner circle diameter is 26 mm, and the outer circle radius, when there is r here, you have to take it as radius, that is 42 mm. And then the between you have to find it's a reference circle, and that's 60 mm diameter. So 26 mm diameter, 60 mm diameter, and 42 mm radius. Okay, now just double click on circle so that you can continuously draw it. So how many circles I have to draw? 3. Okay, then press on escape. So what is the diameter of inner circle? 26 mm. See, in constraint toolbar you will find this dimensional constraint. So with this you have to give the dimensions. What is the outer circle? Radius. So double click on this, change diameter to radius, and how much was that? 42 mm. And again click on this, what is inner circle diameter? Now change to diameter, and this is 60 mm. And very important thing, remember your sketch should be fully constrained. That means what you have drawn, that should become green in color. Green in the sense your sketch is fully constrained. That means it can't move, it is fixed, so that you can never change your sketch by mistake, so that it is stiff and you will get an exact sketch. See, when I drag this inner circle, you can change it either big or small. That means it's not constrained. So for that you have to select the constraint toolbar, and the diameter is 26 mm. Okay, fine, we have done it. So again go to the sketch. So the between we had a circle, and that is it is in dotted. That means it's a reference circle. So we have to change it into dotted format. That means select the circle, click on this construction standard element, so it will change it to dotted type. Okay, now again off this. So again I'm going back. So after that, what is there? We have other two circles at a distance of 80 mm, and the distance between two circles is 85 mm. So one is 36 mm dia and 16 mm dia, 26 mm dia and 52 mm dia. So just remember, the basic thing that a designer should have is imagination skills. The way you imagine and the speed that you imagine, that will make your sketch more simpler. Don't get confused seeing all this. You have to just find out basic dimensions. That means what is distance between these two distances. You will get automatically the required sketch: 16, 36, 26, 52. Okay, just zoom out your sketch. What I have said, two circles here and the other two. Okay, done. So remember, while you're drawing, select the same center. So remember, your geometrical constraint and dimensional constraint both should be on. That means they will be in yellow color. So this is called grid. It should be off so that you can find easier to draw. Grid and snap to point both should be off. If you on, that will create somewhat disturbance. So what is this? This is 16 mm dia, and the outer one is 36 mm dia. 36, and this one 26, and this one 52. So even if I had given the diameter, why didn't they turn into green? Why are they not fully constrained? That means you have to specify the distance from this origin. So as I had drawn these circles at the origin point, they are completely constrained by giving just diameter. But when coming to this, they are not related with the origin, so they are not completely constrained. Remember, to completely constrain a circle, the minimum number of dimensions you have to give is 3. This is the question they will be asking in interviews. So you have to remember all the tools. That's the main thing you have to remember when you attend an interview in design. And one more thing is, so I will tell this at end of video. It's very interesting and very notable point. Okay, you have to watch video till then to get this. Okay, now I am constraining this. the distance between this point and this center of the circle is 80 mm. Right click and then vertical measure distance. How much was that? 80. So this one and this one, distance, and this was 80, and the distance between two centers is 85. So you can find here it was 85, but still they are not fully constrained because these were symmetrical with respect to z-axis when you come to this picture, but in our sketch they are non-symmetrical. So just go back and select, just press Ctrl on the keyboard, select the center, and this center, don't forget when you select they will turn into orange color, and the axis, that means they have to be symmetrical with z-axis, the center axis. And look here, constraint defined in dialog box. In constraint toolbar you will find constraint defined in dialog box. Click there and then click symmetry. Okay, now you can delete this. See, remember when your sketch has turned violet color, that is over constraint. That means you are given 2 times the dimensions. It's not necessary, so you can delete it. Or just have a look, your sketch is fully constrained. Now we are going back and we had 2 arcs here. One is of radius 96 mm, other is of radius 42 mm. So let's go back. So in circle, as I have explained yesterday, you have a 3-point arc. So this is, select this one with start, end and radius center. So what is my starting point? Somewhere on this circle. Where is my ending point? Somewhere on this circle. So you have to press shift when selecting the center point, so nothing would be snapped. If you don't press shift button, see, you will get relations like here, finding tangency and also with the axis. So when you press shift button you don't find anything, so just keep it. And most important thing, you have to give the radius. How much was that? I forgot. That's 42. Okay, just give it 42 mm, but it's not still constrained because you have to relate these two, the circle and the arc. That means you have to give a tangency. As I have said yesterday, when you do this in part design you have to pad it or pocket it. When you are not giving tangency you will get stresses raised due to these sharp edges or intersection in the sketch. So there shouldn't be any intersections in the sketch. So press Ctrl, select the arc, select the circle, and then go to constraint define and then select tangency. That's better. See, now it has become so smooth. And similarly, select this one, select the circle, go to constraint define, select tangency, and that's it. Your work is done. And the sketch is ISO constraint. Remember, ISO constraint or fully constraint is same. And the other arc with 96 mm radius. So again I am selecting a 3-point arc somewhere on the circle, somewhere on this, and press shift button. Okay, better I am giving tangency first. So why have I given tangency first? With experience you will also get to know, because sometimes when you give tangency it may come inside and take here or here. The arc may take tangency inside the circle even while coming to this type of sketches. So I had given, I'm not showing you because that's so time consuming. So how much is the radius? 96 mm. So it's even, this one is ISO constraint. And again go back. See, here you have 2 lines. So they didn't mention the dimension of line, so don't worry. Here is the thing a designer must be. See, you can test your designing skills here itself. When you have gone to this line, you will find the line by tangent line. That means it will be tangent to 2 circles. Select this one, select this one. See, simple. No need of worrying and no need of drawing a line and giving it tangency. It's a big thing. And one more thing, Here you can draw this line in similar like this, or see when you go to part body and click on the tree, your your tree must be small here, otherwise see my tree, that's sketch 2. See in the geometry must be completed minimum number of steps. When you give all the dimensions and all the things, it will go to so large. The main thing they will watch in when you enter an interview is your tree. How much small your tree is, that much your experience. Okay, so after that two lines, what is there? There are circles on this axis line, axis circle, reference circle. So what is the diameter of that circle? 8 holes, 10 dia. So here I am going to show you one interesting thing. Okay, come here, select the circle. So on this, can specify, just give the dimension. How much is that? 10 mm. Done. Okay, see, no need to draw how 8 circles on this reference circle. There is a command called, see here, you find it in operation toolbar, you'll find rotate. See here in rotate, you will have duplicate mode on, let it be on, because when you select 8 now, on this circle it will create another circle. Remember one thing, you have to delete that circle first. Okay, now you have to select a thing that you want to rotate and center. That means from which point you have to rotate, center, and at what distance, another point, and then just drag it. See in the instances, how many circles are there? Just 8. Press 8, and in value equal distance you have to space. That means 360 degrees by 8. Now just click OK. See, it had created a circle over another circle. So just click on it, right click, and delete simply. See, your sketch should not be overlapped. That means 2 or 3 sketches should not overlap on other sketch. So this was done. And next, what you have to do? You have to constrain all these 8 circles. That means you have to give diameter for all the 8. See, that's not necessary. We have an auto constrained toolbar here. I think before doing auto constraint, you have to create an axis line, because I'll explain you later. That means the circles that you're drawing, they are not getting auto constrained even though you're auto constraining. That means the angle is not specified. So there are 8 circles now. Just make this line angle with the vertical one. Just do it 360 by 8 and keep it like that. That's later you will get to know. Now rotate the circle that you have to with respect to axis, center, and the reference circle. How many we need? 360 by 8 circles. Okay, now just delete the duplicate one and then select the rest of circles. Now just expand this fix together toolbar and click on auto constraint, select reference elements, that is select vertex and symmetry lines to the circle. Okay, now these are even not auto constraint because I'll show you. See, they are rotating here now. That means the angle is not specified. What we have to do is press Ctrl, select the center of this circle and this axis, select on constraint and press on coincidence. Now see, The sketch is fully constructed. So simple. So everything will be in front of you, every tool. The thing you have to do is just you have to be familiar with how to use them. Only then you can complete your sketch with minimum number of dimensions and minimum number of constraints. As I said before, your tree, when you expand it, should be really small. See, only you should see the circles and points that you have used, that's all. With minimum number of things you have to complete. Okay? And I had said that I will say an interesting thing. The thing is, when you go to an interview, see, many of you will learn CATIA and all in some institutions outside. But what my suggestion is, it's none of use, because the certificate that they provide, that will never give you a job, or that will never take you somewhere. The only thing that takes you is your skill. See, even if you learn CATIA from YouTube or something else, they will keep a tool test when you attend an interview. They will not see whether you had a certificate or not. They will just ask you, do you know CATIA? If you say yes, they will put a tool test and you have to clear that. Only then you will be provided a job. Unless and until, even though you have a certificate, it's none of the use. Nobody will hire you with your certificate. That's the thing I want to share. Thank you. And main thing is, please do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for more interesting things you want to know in CATIA, and keep sharing my channel to everyone, every engineering student, because the faster you share, the more you can get, because the tutorials will be going on. See, today I had done sketching. You have to practice some of the sketches that I'll provide you in the description below, and after that I'll be going to part design. See, as a good designer, your main thing is observation. When you compare this with the sketch, it's still not completed. What can you say? See here, you have to trim this. Double click on quick trim and just trim it off. Now your sketch is completed. That's the thing. Okay, so just remember, keep practicing. The next video will be more interesting. So I'll show a demo. So let me show you and introduce you to part designing. So let's pad it. Use some surface based features, sketch based features. So I'll tell you why these are called sketch based features in the next video. It's an interesting story, nobody will tell you that. See, let's select the sketch. Use the profile, geometry, use construction. See this. Yeah, there are some intersections in the sketch. See, that's what I am saying. So I'll show you how to pad in the next tutorial, and we'll be going to sketch based features and part designing in CATIA in next tutorial. So this is all with sketching. The more you practice, the more you can get. Keep practicing all the things. The next lecture or next video that I'll be posting will be after 2 days, so that you can practice and get familiar with this sketching. The only thing you have to do is practice more, so that you will get good idea. Okay, thank you guys. Keep subscribing my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. Keep sharing, please remember. Okay, thank you.